The room was very quiet. On the bed lay a father who knew he did not have much time left. Next to him were his two children, his young daughter and her little brother. The boy was sitting on the wooden floor, playing with a small toy. He was too young to understand what was happening. But the daughter understood. She could feel that something very serious was happening. She held her father's hand gently. The father looked at her with tired eyes and spoke in a weak voice. "Come closer," he said softly. "I need to tell you something." The girl leaned closer to him. "I have left a small inheritance," the father said slowly. The girl's eyes opened wide. "But it is not for you," he continued. She looked confused. "It is for your brother." The girl looked down at her little brother, who was still sitting on the floor playing with his toy. "Then, why are you telling me?" she asked quietly. The father gave a small, tired smile. "Because he must receive it only when he is ready." The girl thought about this for a moment. "How will I know when he is ready?" she asked. The father closed his eyes for a short moment, as if he was gathering the last of his strength. Then he opened them again and looked at her. "You will know," he said gently. Then he added one last thing. "Until that day, tell no one." That night, their father passed away, and the daughter kept the secret in her heart. Years went by. Life was not easy for the two children. The sister worked very hard to take care of them. She did everything she could to help them survive. Her little brother slowly grew older, but sometimes the sister remembered the promise she had made to her father. So one day, when they were still young, she asked her brother a question. "If one day you suddenly found a lot of money, what would you do with it?" The boy answered right away. "I would buy toys," he said happily. "Lots of toys for both of us." The sister smiled when she heard that, but she said nothing about the secret. More years passed. Sometimes she asked him the same question again. "If one day you found a lot of money, what would you do?" And every time he gave the same answer. Toys, or games, or something fun. So the sister kept the secret to herself. Life slowly became harder. Money was always tight. Work was difficult. The boy who once dreamed only about toys began to understand what responsibility meant. As he grew older, he started working long days. Sometimes he came home very tired, but he never gave up. One evening, after a long day of work, the brother and sister sat outside their small home. They watched the sun slowly going down behind the hills. The sky slowly turned orange, and then purple. The sister looked at her brother and asked the same question she had asked for many years. "If one day you suddenly found a lot of money, what would you do with it?" This time, the brother did not laugh. He thought about it for a moment. Then he spoke quietly. "I wouldn't waste it," he said. "I would invest it. Maybe I would start a small business, something that could make life better for us." He paused for a moment, then added softly, "And maybe it could help other people too." The sister looked at him quietly, and suddenly she remembered the words their father had said many years ago. "You will know." In that moment, she understood. Her brother was ready. She took a slow breath. "There's something I've never told you," she said. Her brother looked at her with confusion. So she told him everything. She told him about their father, about the inheritance, and about the promise she had kept all those years. The brother sat there in silence for a long time. Finally he asked, "Why didn't you tell me sooner?" The sister smiled gently. "Because you would have bought toys," she said. They both laughed softly. Then the brother looked down at his hands. "I wish Father could see me now," he said quietly. The sister slowly shook her head. He did, she said. The brother looked up at her. What do you mean? She looked toward the sunset that was slowly fading in the sky. Then she said softly, He didn't leave the inheritance because you were ready. She paused for a moment. He left it because he believed that one day you would be. And in that quiet moment, the brother felt something warm in his heart. It was not the thought of money. It was the feeling that his father had believed in him all along.